This week on the Archer's Choice, we're hunting not turkeys,
No,
not deer,
no,
not even moose.
no, we're hunting bears.
Yeah, that's right. We're back with Bob Irvin of Wolf Creek Outfitters in High Level, Alberta, probably the bear capital of the world.
And one of the best bear camps, if not the best bear camp we have ever been to.
You talk about action, we got it. We thank God every day we are able to do what we do and travel with good people that live for the same things we do. Hunting has introduced us to many a great people, and one of those who stand out from the crowd has to be Bob Irvin, owner of Wolf Creek Outfitters in Alberta, Canada. You know, we've hunted with Bob and his guides for some time now, and never has our team been disappointed. Hunting with Wolf Creek, you never know where you're going to end up. With miles upon miles of area to hunt, you might be near the British Columbia border today and near the Northwest Territories border tomorrow. You could be floating down the Cianciarulo River or four-wheeling with the ATVs back to where you see more bear tracks than any other sign. It's an awesome experience to travel down some of these two tracks and spot some big bear tracks that measure, well, let's just say, we have seen the biggest bears we have ever seen hunting up here with Bob and Wolf Creek Outfitters. So many times we go on hunts and remember only the actual hunt, not what led up to it or what followed. The people we meet and the things we saw. What makes a hunt a success is not just taking of the animal, but rather the whole experience. And we can tell you this, if you're looking for a great experience, a hunt of a lifetime, and a place you will want to return to as much as possible, we found it. This past hunt, we had the team bow hunters up there with us, and one in particular, Chad Crail, who had a bit of a rough time last year.
Last year, if you remember, Chad missed a bear, and we just wouldn't let up on him. I mean, we made him just... The poor guy, I think he got a complex.
I guarantee he did. Not only did everyone see it on the show, they saw it on the videos and everything. This poor guy, I think he still might be hiding in the closet. We don't know. But it's time for Chad to get out and show everybody that he can do it. And boy, does he do it.
Hey, welcome back to the Archer's Choice. This week, we're hunting up in Alberta with Wolf Creek Outfitters and Bob Irvin. And once again, Chad was up there with us also.
Oh, man, you talk about, as like we said before, and we are picking on Chad a little bit. You know, he shot and missed that year before, but this year there was no shadow of a doubt. That bear, when he came in, the mass of this animal was incredible.
And when that bear came in, the first time, he came in, took a piece and walked off. I thought Chad was going to fall a tree stand and die. He wanted that bear so bad, and it just wouldn't present him a shot.
Well, you know, when you see it and you realize how big that bear really was, and is now in his living room, I mean, the thing is, Chad, all we can say is thank goodness that bear fever didn't set in again with you. You know, throughout our travels, we're asked, one of the most asked questions is, how do we select an outfitter or a guide? And it's real simple. First of all, you do your own homework. You get references, and if he doesn't have a reference list, maybe he's just starting out. If that, then you're taking a chance. But also, if he is established and he doesn't have references, you got to start putting up a flag. The other thing is get references from successful as well as non-successful hunters. Talk to everybody. Yeah, they may be costing you a little bit on phone calls and email and whatever, but the bottom line here is the more effort you put into a hunt, the more you get out. Baiting black bear, or for that matter, baiting any animal, any wild animal. It's a controversial issue, but the bottom line here is if it's legal in the books, then it's a legal process to do. We enjoy bear baiting. One of the things we like is we concentrate the animal activity to come into our area, allowing us to be more particular and precise in judging the bear, the sex of the bear, finding out if it's a sow and cubs or whatever. Baiting is an effective way of hunting bears. It strengthens the bear herd in your area. Remember, for every bear that you take on the bait, there's probably 3 to 5 that you never even see, but you're feeding. And let's talk about all the other wildlife that comes into that baited site. From pine martens to skunks, to squirrels, to all of the different bird life. and everything else. Is baiting something to do? Absolutely. Welcome back to the Archer's Choice. You know, once again, we're back up with Wolf Creek Outfitters, Bob Irvin in High Level, Alberta. And Vicki, you had a smoking spring.
I really did. But you know what was different this year, and I don't know why? I just didn't have my no-brainer, my big Bruins come in. I shot 2 awesome bears last spring, but I think my luck might have rubbed off on Chad.
Or maybe me.
For some people, it's turkey hunting. Others, it's deer. Others, it's elk. For me, it's bear hunting. If I start talking about bear hunting, I just get too excited about it. There's something about it. It makes my blood boil. There's something about bear hunting that just gets my adrenaline rushing and flowing.
One of the things that are happening this year in camp is that spring seems to be coming a little earlier. The berries are out. A lot of the baits were getting hit really hard. Now all of a sudden, they seem to be hitting like every other day or so, maybe every 2 days. And what's happening, by what we can tell from their scatter around on the ground here, is the bears are finding the berries. The berries are out. They're finding them. They enjoy berries. They know it only comes certain times a year. So what we're hoping is that this is one of those on days where the bears can actually come into the bait. And we'll keep our fingers crossed. The other thing are dandelions. The dandelions are starting to come out, and they enjoy those also. So.
When I first saw this bear coming in, I was watching him, and as I'm watching him get closer and closer, my blood pressure was raising higher and higher, and my heart was starting to shake and pound, and my body was shaking, and my adrenaline was flowing, and it got to the point where I needed to calm myself down. And then I started watching him as he's coming in, and I was trying to size him up, and those are some pretty hard critters to size up, and I was watching him, and I thought, you know, he's a pretty good bear.
Beautiful bear. Beautiful blaze on his chest here. He's got some scars on his face. He's been fighting with someone. Nice bull. Really big bear. Unpickled.
Welcome back to the Archer's Choice TV show. And Ralph, tell me it's not true. You didn't really shoot a bigger bear than me, did you?
It's true.
It
Yes,
can't-
it's absolutely,
no.
without a shadow of a doubt, I did it. I finally did it.
But I've had like
It
5
doesn't
years
matter,
on
Vic.
you.
It's over. Your reign, it's through. You might as well. You know what? Next time, why don't you just carry my stuff out to the tree stand for me?
Yeah,
'Cause
talk to the hand.
check this out. Bear hunting can be what you make it, and when I say that is, you can go up there like we said earlier, you know, just guy tells you here, sit here, here comes a bear, you shoot him, it's all over with, and you lose what it's all about. I mean, getting up there, getting where, especially where Bob Irvin's set up is northwest of high level. I mean, we literally have baits near the BC and the Territories borders. We had a bait last year that a grizzly was coming to. I mean, think of that. What's so unique is we were driving down the road one day, we actually saw some caribou. I mean, you are talking about being in the hub of wildlife. You have wolves, moose, some deer, bears up Yang, you know what I mean, just all kinds of critters, numerous different wildlife, bird life galore. I mean, that's what bear hunting's all about. You get into it, start reading the different tracks, the spoor, everything around that bait, and you start going to each different bait site and you start reading it, and it starts to become a science, and it's so awesome. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to get the whole experience out of your bear hunt. Just don't go up there, shoot a bear, and think that's all there is about bear hunting. There's so much more to it. The thrill of bear hunting with a bow for our whole team, Vicki and I and everybody, is it's getting that close to that animal that has the power, the strength, the agility, and the speed. I mean, to tear you apart. Most time it ain't gonna happen, but that's the thrill of this, and the fun, and to watch each different bear come into a bait site. They all have their own characteristics and somewhat of a personality. But let's not kid ourselves, folks. Deer and bear don't sing and dance in the woods. That's cartoons. They are wild animals and they have to be treated as such. That's the thrill of bear hunting.
Oh my gosh. You know, every once in a while, I have to let him win. I don't want him to quit hunting.
Listen to the crowds, huh?
Oh, jeez.
It is cool, isn't it? It's great because, folks, most times she wins, I lose, so I have to take the glory when I can. But more than anything, we want to thank you for sharing this time with us. And remember that it's not just a hunt. We have so much fun, and it's a competition that we just create to have the fun. The bottom line here is going on a hunt, you don't have to be successful as far as killing the animal, but having the memories and the excitement and sharing it with friends and family, that's what it's all about. And we've had so much action this past spring with Bob Irvin up at Wolf Creek Outfitters that, well,
You got to come back next week.
same time,
Same station.
because we have double the bear action right here on the Archer's Choice.